Hello everyone, and today I'm going to present our short presentation with the topic Accidents Prevention Systems. So, it is widely known that we get many car accidents worldwide. This happens because cars share same time and space, and sometimes they have the possibility to meet. When this happens, we can say that we get a car accident. So, in Germany, we get the special institution that studies the car accidents. And they study as much as 2,000 accidents per year. And it is a very professional study with about 3,000 different measurement parameters. All these parameters are taken from their last accidents, so they are not focusing on the best and most spectacular, but just the last one to create the normal distribution. So then they create from these parameters their real modeling situation from their best cutting systems. And they can change different parameters. For example, this driving healthy system is online, this driving healthy system is offline, and how this affects the incidents. And we get the approximate information that more than 41% of all the incidents could be prevented if we got all these systems online. So, also, they have the possibility to model their incident in so-called real life on their facility, using cutting-edge technology, such as, first of all, cameras, and second of all, special laser beams that gives about 400 different points for the lasers. Usually, the system have about at least 4 lasers. And they're using the system of rotating mirrors, so they get much more points and much more precise information. For example, they are able to distinguish 2 legs of one human as 2 separate objects and analyze them separately. Also, talking about not accidents but incidents, this is another so-called problem. Because the accident can be recorded, the cars are usually stopped, there is the police, and that's the place. But how do we record incidents? When nothing happened, 2 cars meet each other, almost hit, someone probably swears, but this is not recorded. So they created the app for the smartphone, which you can put on the mirror on the window of your car and get these accidents recorded in automatic time. Also, this application has adaptive behavior metrics, so it adapts to every individual driver. Alright, and just using this system in the test mode for the last, some years, they have the data about more than 900,000 incidents. So they are getting closer to 1 million incidents. This is the large data. And of course, all this data can also be put in the 3D simulation and see what happens if we change some parameters. So, alright, so now we move to no, we don't. Yes, now we do. Now we move to the next slide. Some of the examples of the active driver assistance systems, which mostly help the driver to rule the vehicle, is the system that prevents the slipper. So mainly, if we get some car, another one, and we get the car moving too close to it, then first warns the driver, and if it is still close, it takes the rule and fixes the situation. So there is no heat in the dead zone. The problem of such systems are the false alarms, because you understand that earlier we start to take the rule from the driver, the earlier we perform the maneuvers, the safer it will be on the road. On the other side, that leads to the less driver freedom and also more false alarms when the situation is estimated wrongly and the car starts to make some strange actions when it actually should not. So this factor, the false alarms maybe, leads to the deactivation of the system by the driver, which is bad. Why can those bad estimation of the situation happen? Well, we don't have everywhere perfect roads and not perfect road condition. Also, the obstacle can be the kind that is not written properly to the car's memory. For example, the bicycles or some other stuff. And of course, we get environmental conditions, stuff that we mostly get in Russia, because imagine if it is the heavy snow and how the system will work. Obviously, the camera will work much worse, and the laser system will work till the first snow part. Well, so that's our point of further development.
So the question is why we need these systems, and then just have a look at this graph. Okay, there are traffic fatalities worldwide. Fatalities means deaf people. So here you can see the deaf peoples in 1,000, from 0 to 400,000 deaf peoples. And here you can see the year. Here is the past. Over here we can have a look at the future. Okay, and here are the nations. You can see the industry nations. Everybody knows who an industry nation country is. Germany, USA, France, something like these countries. And so I don't want to explain every line, but just have a look at these two lines. They are increasing very high in the next years. So the question is why these lines are increasing so high at the next time. That's why the people, there are so many people in the next years who will grow up and they get our fast cars. In these countries they get our cars from Germany, who we don't want. We give them to them and then they have cars. So the standards are very low for these cars, and they are very fast, so they can't handle it maybe, something like this. But just have a look at this line now. It's the only line who decrease. It's the only line who decrease, and it's in the it's only our industry nations who decrease their deaf people in accidents. That's why we need these systems. We want to increase it and not to get higher. So how we just have a look at the next step. We won't have any deaf people in streets, okay? We won't have it. So just say, don't drink and drive. We want to say with this little picture, don't drink and drive, because when you get drunk, you can't handle cars, okay? So here you can see how we make beer in Germany. Yes. Over here we get some water in it and some corns. Yeah. I want to say yeah. And then we mix them. Yeah. And over here we make them heat, so we can get alcohol from the corns. Okay. And over here we mix it all together and pull in the hopfen. And then we get more alcohol in it, okay? And when we get alcohol and beer, then we pull them into bottles, and then we can drink it, but we wash the bottles before we use them, okay? That's why we give our bottles back, and you know that we give our bottles back to the shops. Yeah, we get money from them and then we wash it pour beer there or tries 40 times, I think so, and then the bottle is broken and then we throw it away. Okay? So, yeah, that was this. Go drink it.